Let's be honest, gaming history is full of franchises that got sequel after sequel, and then there are these games. Ones that were critically loved, fan favorite classics, and somehow still got abandoned. Today we're talking about 10 games that absolutely deserved a sequel but never got one. If you love gaming, deep dives, underrated classics, and honest opinions, hit subscribe and stick around. Alright, let's get into it. We start off with Bloodborne. Bloodborne is one of those games where people still talk about it like it came out yesterday. The atmosphere, the combat, the world design, everything clicked. It took the Souls formula and pushed it into something faster, darker, and far more aggressive. And yet, no sequel, no Bloodborne 2, not even a proper remaster. What makes this hurt even more is how open the world feels for expansion. Different cities, different eras, deeper cosmic horror, potential is endless. Instead, Bloodborne remains a single masterpiece frozen in time, while fans continue to beg Sony to do anything with it. The number 2, Sleeping Dogs. Now this one I have seen mentioned again and again and again by people who want a remaster or a sequel, anything. Sleeping Dogs is one of the biggest what-if stories in modern gaming. An open-world crime game that ditched guns as the main focus and went all in on brutal hand-to-hand combat. And it worked. Of course, guns are still there, but the hand-to-hand combat was absolutely amazing. The story was strong, the city felt alive, and the combat system was genuinely satisfying. It wasn't just another GTA but different, it had its own identity. A sequel was actually planned and then quietly cancelled, I think. Sleeping Dogs deserved to become a full series, not a one-off cult classic people only discover after it was gone. At 3 we have Bully. Now Bully might be one of the most shocking entries on this list. This is Rockstar Games, the same studio that turns everything it touches into a franchise, and yet Bully never got a sequel. The setting was unique, the tone was perfect, and the game was way deeper than people expected at the time. For years, Bully 2 rumors popped up everywhere, and every time nothing happened. No sequel, no reboot, no continuation, just a beloved game stuck in limbo while Rockstar moved on. And honestly, a modern Bully sequel would absolutely dominate today, I reckon. At number 4 we have The Saboteur, or The Saboteur, however you pronounce it. The Saboteur is one of those games that people didn't fully appreciate until it was too late. A World War II open world game with a noir art style, where the world literally gained colour as you liberate areas. That was generally creative. It wasn't perfect, but it had personality, atmosphere, and a setting that stood out in a genre full of military shooters. Unfortunately, it released right as its publisher collapsed, and that was it. No sequel, no continuation, no second chance. Just a great idea that never got the follow-up it deserves. Maybe there could be another publisher that might try to get a sequel out of it, but I highly doubt that's going to be the case. Next up, Spec Ops: The Line. Spec Ops: The Line didn't just tell a story, it messed with the player's head. It looked like a generic military shooter and then slowly revealed itself as a psychological breakdown wrapped in violence and guilt. This was a game that questioned player agency, glorification of war, and the shooter genre itself. It was critically respected, discussed endlessly, and remembered for years, yet never continued. A sequel didn't need to follow the same characters, it just needed to carry on that idea. And sadly, it never happened. Up next, Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem. Eternal Darkness is legendary for one reason, the sanity system. This game messed with players in ways no horror game had before. Fake errors, distorted visuals, broken menus, all designed to make you doubt reality. It was bold, experimental, and unforgettable. And then, nothing. No sequel, no spiritual successor, no modern reimagining of that sanity mechanic. In an era where psychological horror is thriving, Eternal Darkness feels like a series that should have led the charge, but was left behind instead. Number 7, Skies of Arcadia. Skies of Arcadia is one of those games that people who played it never forget. A bright, optimistic JRPG set in a world of airships and skyscrapers, with memorable characters and a sense of adventure that felt genuinely special. It reviewed incredibly well and built a loyal fanbase, yet never got a sequel, not even a continuation on modern systems. In a genre full of endless franchise, Skies of Arcadia reminds them of one and done, and that still hurts JRPG fans today. Number 8 is The Operative: No One Lives Forever. No One Lives Forever was stylish, funny, and genuinely smart. A spy shooter that didn't take itself too seriously, it with strong writing and a main character people actually love. It reviewed well and stood out from the crowd, and then legal issues completely buried the franchise. Not because it failed, not because people didn't care, but because ownership disputes killed any chance of a revival. Sometimes great games don't die, they just get trapped. Number 9, we have Kid Icarus Uprising. Now this game was a surprise hit, fast-paced combat, great humor, tons of personality. It looked like Nintendo firing on all cylinders. Yes, the controls were controversial, but the core game was fantastic. And despite strong reception and clear sequel potential, it was treated as a one-off. No modern console sequel, no continuation of the story, just another Nintendo classic that fans kept asking for and never got. And in the number 10 position, Okami. Okami is a game people still call a masterpiece, and for good reason. The art style, the music, the world, it all came together into something genuinely timeless. It's been re-released again and again, but a true sequel has never arrived, which is strange, because the world of Okami feels built for continuation. Instead, it lives on as a beautiful standalone experience, celebrated, remembered, and frustratingly unfinished as a series. And those are 10 games that absolutely deserved a sequel, but never got one. Now I'm curious, which game on this list hurts the most for you? Or is there one I didn't mention that still deserves another shot? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoy deep dive gaming content like this, subscribe to the channel. More lists, reviews, and underrated classics are on the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.